The Golden Jaguars won all of its group matches in the 2023-2024 matches with an average of 4 goals per game. As for Suriname, this is their 3rd season in League A. They finished 3rd in Group 2, League A last season, where the winners Jamaica went on to the semi-finals and eventually came 3rd in the Concacaf Nations League, defeating Panama in the 3rd and 4th playoff. Taking a look at Group A, it is headlined by Costa Rica. They finished in a quarter-final place last season, and they played Honduras in a playoff match to get in with a position to get into the Copa America. Guyana, Guadeloupe, Suriname, of course, Martinique, and French Guyana make up the rest of Group A. But first off, we have the 2 South American neighbors in Suriname and Guyana, who have never played each other before in a CONCACAF tournament. They will compete and lock horns in Guyana today. And because these 2 teams have never crossed each other's paths in a tournament before, it can prove to be a CONCACAF classic. So the 2 teams ready to take the field. We will have the starting lineups for the hosts. Then we will meet our officials. And then we'll have the starting lineups for the visitors. And of course, before that, the anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to this 2024-2025 Concacaf Nations League group match, the national teams of Guyana and Suriname. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Suriname. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Guyana.
We are back in Lenora National Track and Field Stadium in Guyana for the very first match in League A for the Concacaf 2024-25 season. Well, the anthems are completed and Suriname and Guyana are about to lock horns for the very first time in a Concacaf tournament. We will have the starting lineups of Guyana first. Then we have the officials and the starting lineups of Suriname before they get the last pictures in. Welcome to the broadcast, everyone. Ryan Davis with you. Happy to be with you on another Concacaf outing. Nations League, of course, USA and Mexico played the final last season, with USA being the eventual winners. And Guyana, Kian Roberts gets the nod, and Barton Albion's Terence Van Kooten at centre-back. Moira Welch, the star of the last match for Guyana, gets his start with Dion Moore. Omari Glasgow starts Daniel Kelman. Isaiah Jones makes his much-awaited debut. So too Daniel Wilson, Reece Greenidge, and Elliot Bonds as captain. Match officials from Jamaica: Christopher Mason, Jamin Yising, Melvin Reed, and Rikangel Deleka from Aruba. The skipper, Stefano Denswell, just shaking hands with Elliot Bonds. Looking at Suriname, Etienne Vaesan gets his third straight start. Anthony Jigsteel, who started versus Anguilla in the last match, gets the nod again. Denswell, Emmanuel, Kirk, Lunwick, Misjan, Abena, Van der Kust, the left back, gets the nod. Pinas, and so too the goal scorer himself, Cleofila Vlite, who is the third leading scorer in CONCACAF Nations League history, the number 20 for Suriname, and is the leading scorer for his country's history. He gets his start tonight. Well, these two teams come in mixed form. Guyana, in their last 5 matches, 2 wins and 3 losses. As for Suriname, in your picture, 3 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw. An astounding 13 goals scored for Suriname and just 3 against. As for Guyana, 8 goals scored and 8 goals against in their last 5 matches. However, the Golden Jaguars are unbeaten in their last 7 home matches. They have taken the Lenora National Track and Field Stadium and made it their fortress.
And now the head coach for Guyana is Mr. Jamal Shabbat. And now for the starting lineup for Suriname. In the goal, Etienne.
Just awaiting kickoff. Suriname have won the toss and they will have the touch first. They'll be in the white strips, and Guyana, the Golden Jaguars, in green. And we are underway in League A for the 2024-2025 CONCACAF Nations League season. Suriname in the white, Guyana in green. There's a lovely breeze, but make no bones about it, it is warm out there. Coach Stanley Menzo for Suriname was very clear in saying they will press when they don't have the ball. However, because of the warmth, because of the heat, they will not be able to press for long periods of time. As for Guyana, Coach Shabazz, Jamal Shabazz, the Trinidad and Tobago born coach, said he expects this game to go down to the very end as Suriname slips once through, and an offside call. And that was the number 17, Javinko van der Kust, making that run. And it will be a free kick for Guyana. This one threaded through. There was Gerano Cook. So Guyana will have their first opportunity of possession. Well, the referee Mason will make it very clear it'll be a bounce ball and not a free kick for the offside. Greenwich at centre-back, marauding through the middle, Greenwich. And now he's out of position, and Suriname trying to counter. It's Vlitter. Vlitter's shot! And it's saved by Killian Roberts. Turned out to be an easy one in the end. Well, Reece Greenwich coming up from centre-back, full of confidence. And that confidence ran dry as he was dispossessed, which allowed the star player for Suriname, Vlitters, to get his first shot on goal for the 2024-25 season. Here is Vlitters, had 11 goals last season in the Concacaf Nations League. And this one going straight to Roberts. On the far side, Suriname operating. Guyana pressuring, another shot. This one is far and wide. Well, despite Guyana's up and down record, their last match was a World Cup qualifier against Anguilla, and it ended off on a good note. 3-1 winners actually over Belize. And the cross comes from the left-hand side, and that was Isaiah Jones. This one played up the line. And the Golden Jaguars get back possession. Van Kooten, back to Roberts. Here is Greenwich. Killian Roberts beating out Akil Clark and Kai Mackenzie Lyle to get the nod in goal. Terence Van Kooten from Burton Albion in English League One. Spent 7 years with Stevenage FC, the number 3 for Guyana in England. English born, like so many Guyanese players now. Isaiah Jones slipping it inside for Kendall Daniel. Long ball over the top. And it's going to be Etienne Vason, who has his 3rd consecutive start in goal for Suriname. Back to Vason. And Suriname very calm, getting the ball out of the back. Vlitters, slide tackle. And it was Kendall Daniel who won the throw-in as well. Guyana starting off in a 4-3-3, while Suriname are in a 5-3-2 formation. Up the line to the right-hand side, the cross comes in. Too close to the keeper. Etienne Vason from FC Groningen. Long ball over the top, and a one-time cross to the far post by Kirk, and it's going to be a throw-in for Guyana. You can see the corner flag with that breeze. There's the first look at Stanley Menzo, former Dutch international goalkeeper. Played in the heyday of Ruud Gullit, Marco van Basten and Frank Rijkaard in the 1992 Euros. Denmark won that European Cup. Slipped through and cleared away by Greenwich. Suriname recycling. It's Stefano Denswell at centre-back, the captain. Dick Steele, the right-back, getting his 2nd consecutive start in that position. He played in the 4-0 win against Anguilla in the last World Cup qualifier. Little flick by Kirk, hounded by Daniel, slipped on through, and Daniel clears. Laid back, Van Kooten keeps possession, outside of the foot pass, and Isaiah Jones has some space. Jones, his shot is a tame one. And Vaison corralling and collecting. Excellent switch of play. Well, Suriname have got off to a great start in their World Cup qualifiers. Talked about that 4-0 win against Anguilla in their last match. They won just before that a 4-1 win versus St. Vincent and the Grenadines. If you're keeping check at home, that's an 8-1 aggregate in their last 2 matches, which were World Cup qualifiers. They are on top of Group F in the second round. And getting away from the press with the turn was number 19, Pinas. As for Guyana, they are sitting 3rd behind Nicaragua and Panama in Group D in the second round of World Cup qualifying. 3 points from 2 games. Long ball, and Roberts gains possession for Guyana. Well, Golan Jaguars, I think Kenel Roberts has the right idea when it comes to the color of hair. Suriname, bit of a misunderstanding with Girano Kirk. There's that outside of the foot pass. Isaiah Jones, excellent recovery by Dick Steele, and Vaison made it look easy in the end. Daniels. Turned away by Wilson. Dispossessed. Abina. The holding midfielder, Leo Abina again. Daniel. Quian Roberts. Terence Van Kooten. These 2 countries sitting side by side in South America. And just to the right of Suriname will be French Guyana, who will be making their debut tomorrow. Greenwich, out wide. Big centre-back with his centre-back partner Van Kooten under pressure. Here comes that press from Suriname that Mensah was talking about. Player goes down, referee says play on. Isaiah Jones. Crowd on their feet. Jones again, trying to get to the byline, and the man of steel, Dick Steele, just shrugs him off. So after 10 minutes in the first match in Ligue A for the 2024-25 Nations League, it is 0-0 in Leonora National Track and Field Stadium in Guyana. Flicked on. Player goes down, and this time Suriname get a free kick. It's Glifilo Vliete. Elliot Bonds, the captain for Guyana, was the culprit. Vinay Emmanuel goes back. Dick Steele all the way back to Vaesen. Suriname, the long ball by Vaesen finds, and the player is going to be offside on the far side. That's none other than number 10, Virgil Misijan. So far, it's been very quiet for Guyana's Omari Glasgow in the opening 12 minutes. The number 10 for the Golden Jaguars plays for Chicago Fire in the MLS. Long ball over the top, looking for Glasgow. Turning, goes down, and it's going to be a free kick. And just like that, the Chicago Fireman can turn it on in a flash. Glasgow, 12 goals altogether in Concacaf Nations League. He is one of the leading scorers in the Nations League format. And now Guyana have a free kick in a very interesting position. Daniel Wilson heading across. The second most capped player in Guyana's history will take this free kick. Wilson's service still in their post and cleared away. Kina Roberts. Daniels. And Isaiah Jones going back to Greenwich. Greenwich again, full of confidence like we saw in the opening minute of this match after he made a marauding run through the midfield. Suriname, excellent turn, getting past two players. Laid back by Vlites. Now the ball threaded through, an excellent stop by Van Kooten. Cook, and Cook is offside. Greenwich taking the free kick. Gaining some yards, going up the line. Moore and Jones nowhere near it. Greenwich head up. And it's going to be Guyana's possession as an offside was called on Cleofilo Vlite. Daniels. Van Kooten. Excellent recovery by Bonds, going long to Jones. He has Moore in the middle. He has Glasgow making the run. The cross coming inside and cleared away. Daniels winning the challenge. And the Golden Jaguars get back possession to the delight of the crowd. Daniels turning. Moore laying it back. Looking for Glasgow on that right-hand side. Omari Glasgow. First time cross to the near post. Still Guyana suffocating Suriname over the last 3 minutes. Daniels can't keep control. Cook trying to get past Greenwich and the long legs of Greenwich to the rescue. Jones Inside. Omari Glasgow. Still Glasgow, his shot! And it's just on the other side of that first post. For a moment, all of Guyana were on their feet as the wonder kid Omari Glasgow tested Vaisan with a left-footed drive. That's Isaiah Jones, the star player making his debut on this left-hand side for Guyana. Excellent long ball over the top, and it's Misijan. Flitters, Misijan again. Clipped inside, some space, Van der Kers, and it's in! Just like that, Suriname take the lead. Javencio van der Kust overlaps from left back and drives it to the far post. Nothing Kylian Roberts can do. But a superb pass by Misijan. And the left footer with a left-footed drive to the far post. And Suriname open the account in League A and take a 1-0 lead on the road against Guyana. Stanley Menzo likes it, and so too the left back. The pass was exceptional and the finish delightful. And just when you thought Guyana was getting on top of Suriname, they pull a sucker punch with an excellent, oh, and again Suriname now. Vlitters, still Vlitters, top of the box. Hits the back of the shoe of Van Kooten. Greenwich marauding through the middle again. Dispossessed, and that's Cook. Denswell. A little chip by Van der Kers, the goal scorer. Bonds. Kylian Roberts. Daniels. Isaiah Jones. Oh, and the Middlesbrough man can't hold on to it. And Isaiah Jones apologizes. Just a year ago, Isaiah Jones was on YouTube. He's English-born, the number 16 for Guyana. And because of his Guyanese background, he was asked if he wants to play for the national team. Made it very clear that he did. And Vlitters is on his way. He's won 2 challenges. Vlitters in the tackle. The follow-up for Suriname on that far side. Into the box, a chance again, and the tackle from behind by Daniels. Vlitters is calling for attention, and Suriname again knocking on the door. Gets past 2 players initially. What a tackle by Greenwich. He thought the play was ended. Then Misijan crossed it, and it was Lonwick who was then foiled by Daniels. And now Vlitter. It was the oddest of reactions by the big centre-back Greenwich, who made the tackle and seemed disinterested. And this allowed Misijan to bring it right back in to Longwick. And Suriname starting to take control over the last 5 minutes. Here's the Van der Ker's strike that separates these two teams. Suriname 1, Guyana 0, and it's Van der Ker's the left back. So the corner kick, Emmanuel plays it short. Misijan. Emmanuel across the goal, and a missed kick from the big centre-back. Looks like Moore is being held, and Guyana win the free kick. They take it quickly. Omari Glasgow, heads up play by Moore. Glasgow, the little chip to the far post. Isaiah Jones tangling with Misijan, and it's going to be a goal kick for Suriname. Well, the game has certainly come alive, and Stanley Menzo can appreciate it. First 10 minutes of the match, like two heavyweight fighters just jabbing, moving, and getting out of each other's way. And then Guyana went on the front foot, and Suriname responded. Dick Steele to his centre-back partner, Denswell. Van der Kerst. Guyana get it back. Greenwich. Isaiah Jones. Long ball over the top, looking for the speedy Glasgow. Gets the thumbs up. There's Omari Glasgow from the Chicago Fire setup. Came through the ranks of Chicago Fire, played for the MLS Next team, and now is getting the nod for the first team over the last 2 seasons. Greenwich, who had that very odd reaction after making the tackle in his box just minutes ago, and seemed to look away thinking the play was done. But here's Daniels. Jones gets an elbow to the face. Referee says play on. Cross comes in. Top of the box. Greenwich again. Jones. Looking inside, Daniel Wilson. Dispossessed, and Suriname looking to counter again. Excellent tackle to get back possession. Here comes Guyana. Slips it through to Moore. Moore had 2 goals against Anguilla in his last match for Guyana. The captain, Bonds. Back heel. Inside. Greenwich. Daniels shot. Spliced far and wide. So with 25 minutes gone, we are in the South American heat in Guyana. And referee Christopher Mason has pointed to the sideline for a hydration break. Both coaches were very aware of the temperature and were not going to press their players in pushing forward. And Suriname with the ultimate sucker punch against Guyana on a counter-attack. And the goal by Giavencio van der Kust to give the visitors a 1-0 lead. Here's that strike again. Van der Kers just overlapping, nobody picking him up, but the finish was just clinical. Is Misijal, the number 10, with a typical number 10 pass. And the finish was something you would expect by a number 9, not from a left back. But there's Van der Kust, who plays in Holland for Sparta Rotterdam. So players still getting their last bit of reminders from the coaching staff. This is Isaiah Jones making his debut. And Etienne Vaisson, who was tested by Amari Glasgow, so too Isaiah Jones in the opening 25 minutes has made 2 saves. Greenwich miskicking. Daniels. Jones. Out by Daniels. Moore turning. Slip through. Suriname again, counter-attacking. Emmanuel plays it out wide for Cook. Roberts is there. Here's Wilson to Greenwich. Van Kooten. Greenwich going long, headed out. It's Emmanuel again, chipping over the top, trying to find Vlitter. And Guyana wins a free kick. Kutez Kelman, the number 14, 25 years old, the MLS Next Pro side player from Sporting Kansas City too. And that's Vlitter, the star man. Van Kooten. Jones clipping it inside, intercepted. Takes steal to Emmanuel. Pinas. And the long leg of the law. The number 14, Kelman, who we were just talking about for the MLS Next 2. Sporting Kansas City player with an incredible interception. Half an hour gone, and the visitors have a 1-0 lead over Guyana. Glasgow, one touch inside to Wilson. Glasgow again. Van der Kust wins the battle. Emmanuel. Kirk, 1v1 with Daniel. Looking for support. Flicked back to Kirk. A little bit of skill by Moriah Welsh, but he's dispossessed. Back outside, Misijal. Pinas, Emmanuel. Suriname, good value for their 1-0 lead. Going all the way back is Denswell, the captain. That was more flying in out of your screen. Daniel. Jones had a breakout season last season. Isaiah Jones had 9 goals and 5 assists for Middlesbrough. Understand that Middlesbrough is very much a recognized club in Europe, plays in the English Championship division. Bonds out wide to Jones, helps it on. And ball still in play. And a free kick now for Suriname. It was Nathan Mariah Welsh, the Guyanese midfielder, just hounding Asfi Jigsteel. Faison going long. Out by Van Kooten. Intercepted. Suriname, who seem to be winning the midfield battle at the moment. Emmanuel gets it through, and Van Kooten to the rescue. Here's Cook. Pinas goes back. Denswell out wide to Van der Kers. Actually, this is Misijal who set up the only goal for Van der Kers. And the number 10, a little slow to get up. Virgil Misijan just evading the tackle from Kelman. So Kirk Ferrier from Hamburg in Germany will take this free kick. Has 1 assist already under his belt for Suriname. Roberts gathers. Roberts clearance. Out wide. Glasgow. Bonds. Chipping over the top. And the early ball comes in, but it's played too softly. And Abenya, he clears. Roberts out of his goal. Looking for Jones. And easily intercepted by Lundwijk. Fisijal. Again, giving Keldwell fits. Van der Kust back to Fisijal, returning the favour. But the pass is just a little too long. Well, Virgil Misijan has left his mark, the 31-year-old. A clever pass to Van der Kust to open the scoring. Golden Jaguars played short, out by Roberts. Rion Moore. Glasgow. Still Glasgow. On that left foot. And the ball just seemed to bubble up on him before he let it fly. Got it on the wrong side of that instep. Coming in on that left foot where he tested Van Issel early on in the first half. This time he got the technique all wrong. Van Issel's clearance. Daniel. Suriname, Emmanuel cleaning up. Kelwell. Visijal gets it back. Thinks about a shot. Goes to Emmanuel. Kirk out by Daniel. And with the collision, both of these players go straight to the ground. Daniel wants a free kick. As he was about to clear it, the follow through by Kirk. And there is Jamal Shabazz, who's with his second stint with Guyana. Emmanuel just clipping this one inside. Kelman. Glasgow coming all the way back. And the referee calls for a free kick on Van der Kust. Opening match in League A, Group A. Mary Glasgow, the Chicago Fireman, winning the free kick. This League A, Group A has Costa Rica. Those Ticos, of course, getting to the quarterfinals and winning their play-in spot to get a chance to qualify for Copa America 2024, which they did not do. Actually, they did. They got into Copa America 2024. As Guadalupe, Guatemala, Martinique. Martinique will be making their 4th straight appearance in League A. And that nation is looking to build on its impressive performance in the 2023-24 edition, where it finished 3rd in its group. So too Suriname. Isaiah Jones into Dion Moore. Goes to ground. Flitter. Lovely fake. Pass was too long. Bonds. Glasgow. Excellent bit of anticipation by Dick Steele. Here they come. Visijal. Van der Kust. Suriname just kind of taking the air out of the ball with their 1-0 lead. Pinas. Since Guyana not forcing the issue in coming forward, Suriname just seemed to be content in rolling the ball back and forth. Now there's a miscue, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Golden Jaguars. There is Glefilo Vite. Just about 5 minutes to go in this first half. Suriname 1, Guyana 0. Greenwich. Jones. Actually, it's Glasgow coming on this left-hand side. Daniels. Moore. Kelman. Coming inside. Top of the ball, and he goes down and wins a penalty. Isaiah Jones, the man who's making his debut, had just switched sides from the left to the right and used his individual brilliance to lure It's Van der Kust, the goal scorer for Suriname. And Jones is a little bit winded, but he's won his team a penalty. And a perfect opportunity for Guyana to get back in this match from just 12 yards out. And it looks like it's going to be the debutant himself, Isaiah Jones, who dreamt about playing for Guyana a year ago and said so in an interview. Gets called up for this match, his very first match for the Golden Jaguars. Wins a penalty and has a fantastic opportunity now. And looks like he's going to give it up to Omari Glasgow. Glasgow, being the now seasoned professional for Guyana, is taking responsibility here. The Chicago fireman, who's yet to score for in MLS this season. Against Faiz and Glasgow! Guyana have equalized. Omari Glasgow gets his name in lights. 12 goals under his belt in Concacaf Nations League, and that's number 13. A roofer right up the middle of Central Park. Guyana won, Suriname won. We have just about a minute and a half of extra time, and he looks to the crowd. Well, the brilliance by Jones and the composure by Glasgow get the Golden Jaguars even again. So, we're all knotted up at 1-1. Van der Kust's opening goal is now cancelled out by Omari Glasgow's penalty. And Suriname will have to do it all over again. Jake Steele. Flitter gets the better of Bonds, out wide. Misijal already has an assist. Misijal trying to thread it, gets it back, top of the box. 1-2, and Flitter's trying to volley. Emmanuel's header, out by Venkutan, and the volley comes in. It was Pinas' shot, and it's going to be 3 minutes of injury time in this first half. Shaquille Pinas with the follow-up, and the deflection means Suriname gets a corner. And Coach Shabazz has a lot of questions to ask. The cross to the last post. That was the big centre-back, Stefano Denswell, the captain. There was Finai, actually it was Emmanuel's corner. There's that delivery and that header. Kina Roberts. Flicked on by Jones, looking for Moore. And Dion Moore almost got the better of Denswell. Misijal. Van Kooten gets the last touch, and Suriname will have a throw-in deep in Guyana's half. Emmanuel switching. Errant pass, but Jake Steele recovers. Dyson, and the fake and more. And he knew it as soon as he left his feet. Kirk. Van der Kust, Misijal. Emmanuel back to Misijal. And the clearance by Kelman. Over the top. Van der Kust can't control. Out by Jones. It's an appeal for handball, and more. Call will go against Dion Moore. And a free kick for Suriname. They take it quickly, but not in the right place. And referee Christopher Mason has blown off for the first half. Suriname take the early lead from Diavincio van der Kust, the left back, in the opening 20 minutes. But that goal was cancelled out after the debutant Isaiah Jones wins a penalty and Omari Glasgow converts in the 43rd. As the home team ties it all up. It's Guyana 1, Suriname 1. We'll be back with first half stats and highlights.
ready for the score.
Welcome back to Lenora National Track and Field Stadium in Guyana, where the two neighbors who are starting off the proceedings in League A for the Concacaf Nations League 2024-2025 season, Suriname and Guyana, deadlocked at 1-1. A fantastic opening strike by Van der Kust, and then the equalizer by the star man himself, Omari Glasgow, from the penalty spot. Both of these teams started off a little hesitant in the opening 10 to 15 minutes. And then things picked up as they both found their rhythm. And then the opening goal sort of opened up the play in midfield, and then chances began to be created on both ends. We will let you know if there are any substitutions to begin the second half. At this point, both teams look to be having their 11s that started the match walking back onto the pitch. And it looks like Guyana are going to be the first to go into their hand. So number 20, Oscar de Rosario, the American-born Guyanese player who plays in the MLS, will check in, and he's coming in for number 9, Dion Moore, the English-born player, or the big target hold-up player, and de Rosario, number 8, Stefan Duke McKenna, will come in, and number 17, Daniel Wilson, the most capped player in Guyana's history, second most capped player, will come off. And there's a helicopter, just in case anyone was having a hard time. And looks like maybe some royalty coming in. So Guyana bringing the bird out to drop off some special cargo in the background. Well, these are the things you come to expect in Concacaf and in South America, and we will not have it any other way. So, understandably, the referee and the officials just waiting for the commotion to clear, and so too the advertising boards on the far end to be lined up. Suriname got us underway in the first half. Guyana will have possession in the second. And there is some special guests attending the Lenora National Track and Field Stadium in Guyana. So Azazie de Rosario, the American-born with Guyanese parents, grandparents rather, plays for Tacoma Defiance in MLS Next. Will get us underway in this second half. Suriname unchanged. Guyana with 2 changes, Wilson and Moore out, Duke McKenna and de Rosario in. So we are back for the second half. Guyana in those green strips Suriname to the white. In white, Isaiah Jones, who's had a very successful debut in that first 45 minutes, winning the penalty and getting his team back in the game. Much awaited debut at that as well, playing for Middlesbrough in England, and now getting his chance to play for Guyana. Played inside, and it's Bonds, the captain for Guyana. De Rosario, back to Bonds, over the top, looking for Glasgow. Omari Glasgow, 1v1. Duke McKenna. He drives it in, deflection! And offside was Jones, who came in from the right-hand side. Denswell. Chicksteel. Duke McKenna throwing himself and intercepting. Glasgow inside, the shot. And the deflection means a corner kick for Guyana. That was a very skillful Nathan Mariah Welsh. That was the offside against Jones, but Mariah Welsh getting 2 assists in his last match against Anguilla, actually against Belize, for Guyana. He was the player of the match. Got his first shot. Duke McKenna's cross to the last post, and the header. De Rosario was wide open at the back post and couldn't redirect it on goal. Daniel nonchalantly brings it down. Van Kooten. Kelman. To that far side, it's Glasgow. Glasgow again. Cutting across, and he has a shot, but yet again, his technique let him down. Murray Glasgow never short on confidence, but maybe a little short on technique in this match. There's Stanley Menzo, the former Dutch international, now the coach for Suriname. Suriname had one of the strictest rules of once you get a Dutch passport, you were never allowed to play for Suriname again. Understand that Netherlands and Suriname are tied at the hip. But now that rule has changed in 2015. Now we see a lot of Dutch influenced players playing for Suriname. Cook, who switched sides, the shot by Legwick. Roberts takes it short. Greenwich. Daniel. Glasgow. Inside. Bonds turning. Van Kooten. And Duke McKenna gives a thumbs up. But just a miscue between the left winger and the centre back. Well, Terence Van Kooten. 16 appearances for Guyana, just the 1 goal. There's the assistant coach, Wayne Dover. Out by Veysan. Van der Kust. Excellent turn in midfield. And Nisijal fakes one. Cleared away by Kelman. De Rosario. Looking for Glasgow, intercepted. Albina. Kirk, hounded by Daniel. Kirk asks for the corner kick and gets it. Caleb Daniel sometimes plays midfield. Today he plays left back, the number 12. Great ball handler and excellent tackler. 10 caps for Guyana. Cross. And the header! Not too far off. Coming in from Leo Abena. Well, Abena from Spartak Moscow in Russia, getting up. I just couldn't find that bottom corner. Roberts. Daniels finds Duke McKenna. 1v1 with Denswell. Duke McKenna! Almost finding Glasgow, making the run. And Welsh dispossessed. Isijal coming all the way back to pick up his defensive responsibilities. Van Kooten. Bonds. Daniel chipping into the box. Again, another miscue with Duke McKenna on that far side. Here's McKenna, the substitute, wiggling and outside of the foot, catching everyone by surprise. The dummy gives Emmanuel some room, but his pass just too far ahead for Vlitter. Van Kooten. Roberts way out of his goal. And the Golden Jaguars recovering from that 1-0 deficit to tie it up at 1-1 and have now caused more problems than Suriname in the opening 7 minutes in this second half. Guyana, after this match, will take on Guadeloupe on September 9th. And then they will... Actually, it's Suriname taking on Guadeloupe on September 9th. Then Costa Rica, and then they wrap up back again at Guyana. Misijal. And it's Kelman to the rescue. As for Guyana, they will take on Martinique in Martinique on September 9th. They will host Guatemala on October 11th. Oh, an attack, and De Rosario's in on goal. De Rosario beats the keeper, and he goes down. Ozaze De Rosario with the easiest of chances, and Guyana cannot take the lead. He pickpocketed Denswell, dribble pass Vason, and just couldn't find his footing, which allowed Abena to come in and dispossess him. What a chance for the Golden Jaguars. Duke McKenna's cross, a looping one. Greenwich saved off the line. Well, just when you thought you could take a breath, De Rosario had the easiest of opportunities to get on the score sheet for Guyana and couldn't convert. And then Greenwich at the far post had his header cleared off the line. And Guyana continue to create chances and have had the best of opportunities in the opening 9 minutes in the second half. Bond. De Rosario. Welsh out wide, Jones's cross. Faison gathers easily. Emmanuel goes down in the center circle. Referee Mason reluctant to show any yellow cards. There's the fresh legs of McKenna. I have to say that referee Mason would have been obliged to give the substitute a yellow card in that instance. Played short. Emmanuel goes down. Vleiter goes down, asking for a penalty, doesn't get it. Duke McKenna gets past two white shirts, and his pass didn't match his dribbling. And Cleofilio Vleiter on the ground after that tackle in the box. And the decorated forward for Suriname telling the referee about the contact. Has the most goals in his country's history, third in Concacaf Nations League history. And there was Bonds, who was the one in the vicinity. You can see the dry ground in Lunaire, Guyana. Pitch is hard, it's bouncy, and the players have to have the utmost control to maintain possession. Slip through. And Isaiah Jones, actually it's Mariah Welsh, not on the same page with Kelman. So Suriname hanging on in this 1-1 tie as Guyana clear opportunities in the second half, but a splitting pass by Nizijal to the far side. Emmanuel. Logwig cleared away. Etienne Vaison. Van der Kust. Longwick back to Van der Kust. Emmanuel, ball played behind him, but still they get it back. Kirk. Still Kirk. Shrugs off Daniel. Kirk. Daniel recovers. You can see the congratulations from the Guyanese defense. Kirk is not an easy player to stay in front of. Man from Royal Antwerp. Shrugs off the first challenge, cuts inside, and Daniel just getting a piece of the slide tackle. Emmanuel's corner. Cross to the last post, headed out by Kelman. Vleiter hooks it back in. Ditch steal. Emmanuel somehow gets back control and rides one tackle. Still Emmanuel trying to get it to Vleiter's. Kirk chips it inside, and the header tipped over by Roberts. Well, it all started with Emmanuel making inroads in this Guyanese defense. But the ball clipped inside was masterful from Cook. And Vleiter's header saved by Roberts. There's the header, got a lot of power out of nothing. Emmanuel's corner to the first post, out by Daniel. Cleared away by Welsh. Heavy touch by Van der Kust, but he recovers. Dick Steele, who's played 6 seasons with Middlesbrough. Isaiah Jones, who plays for Guyana, who's making his debut today, also plays for Middlesbrough. Suriname getting ready to make 2 subs of their own. Daniel can't get the header on it as the ball took a awkward bounce. The shot smothered by Roberts. And guess who it was? Giofilo Vlita, the number 20 for Suriname. Emmanuel with some space, has time for a cross. Cook, back heel, straight to Bonds. Isaiah Jones, the man from Middlesbrough. Throw in for Suriname. And here comes 2 substitutions. Number 5, Regancio Haps will check in. And number 21, Jaden Motnor will check in for Guyana Cook. So Farai Emmanuel, who's had an excellent second half, will come off. Mentor and Haps to come in. First 2 subs for Suriname. Haps, a natural left back, will go to that spot, and Van der Kust will push into that center midfield spot. Bonds over the top, foot race. Van der Kust, dispossess. Duke McKenna, the 22-year-old from Leyton Orient in England. Van der Kust. Isijal. Van der Kust with space, but the recovery by Kelman. He goes down, referee does not blow his whistle. Suriname will have a throw-in. More changes to be made. Number 18, Denzel Jubitana to check in. And number 3, the captain, Stefano Denswell, will check out. Captain Siban now goes to number 19, Shaquille Pinas. So a midfielder coming in for a big centre-back. And Suriname will most certainly make some more rearrangements. Free kick for Suriname. Virgil Misijan, just impossible to stay in front of. Stops, starts. Lowering Bonds into the tackle. And Amari Glasgow coming across. Guyana are thinking of making a substitute. Nathan Ferguson. Isija's cross. Straight to Roberts. Good distribution to that left-hand side. Isaiah Jones. 1v1 with his Middlesbrough teammate. Slips it through. The Rosario to Jones, and The recovery by Jig Steele was important. The switch to Haps. Haps shrugging off Glasgow. Early cross. Oh, a save by Roberts. What an opportunity for Suriname. Duke McKenna on the other end. And De Rosario not up to speed for the pass. Well, what a clever ball from the left-hand side. Was not converted in the middle, but it was a golden opportunity for Suriname. He shot, and it's in! It's through the near post, and it's Jaden Montnor, the substitute. Something out of nothing for Suriname. Slipped through, and the substitute just let it fly, and Roberts somehow was beaten at his near post. Suriname regained the lead. Montnor makes up for his mistake just seconds before, where he had a clear opportunity to convert. He got his second chance and he made no mistake. Suriname 2, Jaden Montnor's name is in lights. Guyana 1. And we're going to have a hydration break. Guyana can certainly use it, but Jaden Montnor just checked in. Before he can blink twice, had an opportunity to convert, didn't. Then gets a ball on the run and smashes a shot past Kian Roberts' first post. And it must be said, the goalkeeper has to cover that angle. But there was certainly a lot of power behind it. And Guyana's going to take the opportunity to bring in a midfielder, Nathan Ferguson. Ferguson plays for Maidenhead United. And he's going to come in for Omari Glasgow, who's been very quiet in the second half. Ball played through. This is Montnor, didn't even ask permission. Just let it fly. He saw Roberts cheating on the cross, if you will, and smashed it on that near side. Suriname 2, Guyana 1. So Omari Glasgow, star power coming off for Guyana. And Nathan Ferguson will replace him, the number 7. And here's the new substitute, Denzel Jubitana, who came on about 5 minutes ago. And he's the one who put the ball into the path for Montnor to score. And he's now asking for his team to be compact. As we have 22 minutes remaining of regular time. The debutants in League A, Guyana, down a goal for the second time this evening. Kelman, you can hear the chants. Kelman again. Van Kooten. Greenwich. Suriname in no rush to chase after the ball. Warm conditions in Leonard, Guyana. Van Kooten. Intercepted. Van der Kust. And he wins a throw-in. Haps switching the play over the head of Motnor, and Guyana will have the throw-in. Well, Guyana were caught through, at the time, the left back Van der Kust, from excellent assist by the number 10, Mazijan. Omari Glasgow equalized through the penalty spot. Isaiah Jones, the debutant, winning the penalty for Guyana. And then firepower off the bench, Jaden Motnor giving Suriname that 2-1 lead. And Jamal Shabazz has to find a way for Guyana to get back in the game again. With just 20 minutes to go. Oh, a miscue. Jack Steele goes back to Vaison. Greenidge lets it bounce. There's Roberts. Kelman. Van Kooten. Looking inside for Daniel. De Rosario, who came on as a sub for Guyana in the second half, had the best of opportunities to get a goal for Guyana. Dribbled the keeper Vaison and lost his footing. You can see the government school in the background here in Guyana. It is 5:30 local time. Kids are very much at home. And some late arrivals at the park. There's that helicopter that came in at halftime. The most dramatic of entrances. Metnor gets past two, and Vlitter is on it. Vlitter, the shot, and this time doesn't beat Roberts at his near post. Before Guyana had their 3-1 win over Belize in their last World Cup qualifier on June 11th. They lost 2-0 to Panama in Panama for a World Cup qualifier on June 6th. Before that, they had 2 friendlies against Trinidad and Tobago in Trinidad and Tobago in May. Vlitas intercepts. Metnor, still Metnor, drives it. And Roberts alive to it this time. Welsh. This one goes all the way back to Vaison. How high do Guyana push to get this equalizer? Excellent pass to the forward Vlitters, breaking lines. Misijan, sliding tackle by Kelman, a second one. And looks like the forward may have treaded on the defender when the slide tackle came in. There's that initial slide tackle. There's the second. And Misijan I think inadvertently stepping on Kelman. There's the Guyanese faithful urging their team on to get yet another equalizer. So referee Mason has gone across to Jaden Montnor and saying the off-the-ball shenanigans needs to end. The experienced Cleofilo Vlita, prolific centre forward for Suriname, back on his feet. 20 appearances, 14 goals for the centre forward. An incredible goals per game average. Well, he seems to be okay, the front man. Kelman will take the free kick. 76 minutes gone. We have 14 minutes of regular time remaining. Van Kooten plays it short to Greenwich. Isaiah Jones gets past one beautifully. Jones goes down, no call by the referee. Here's Jones feeling the contact from Longwick. Is it going to be a corner? Is it going to be a free kick or a throw-in? And more substitutions. Guyana, number 15, Ryan Hackett comes in for. We'll get confirmation. Suriname, number 4, Van Gelderen is checking in for number 2, Anthony Jicksteel. So Vlitter, the centre forward, comes off of Vente, and the Rosario is there. So to Vason. Good delivery by Daniel. The big centre forward, the Rosario, couldn't get there. And the goalkeeper managed to grab it, and now it's going to be another stoppage.
Your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for Suriname in the 78th minute, leading the game, number 2, Anthony.
It's Leo Abina who is telling the referee that there was contact. There's De Rosario going over the Abina, and there's the Abina falling over and finally getting back on his feet like a true warrior. Well, Suriname in their 3rd season in League A, taking on the debutants Guyana, who've played the last 3 seasons in League B. And Guyana hosting their first match of League A, down a goal yet again. And time starting to tick by. Etienne Vason. Out by Van Kooten. Hap. And this one is played back. Vason gets there first. On an excellent ball, and a chance for Suriname now. Excellent ball by, oh, and it's kicked wide. Denzel Jubitana with a golden opportunity to seal the game at 3-1. Kicks over bar. But a terrific ball by Vason from his own goal. Clears the entire field, lands on number 18. He gets past one defender and just doesn't keep his head down and lets Roberts off the hook. What a chance for Suriname. So Jaden Montnor is finally in the referee's books after he was warned about 4 to 5 minutes ago and has committed yet another infraction. So the referee has given Jaden Montour the yellow card. Over the top. Hason's goal kick. Montnor brings it down far too easily. Inside. Van der Kust. Getting it back. Chick steal. Van der Kust. Misijal goes back, and this one goes all the way back to Vanison. Flicked on. And Guyana finally get back possession. At this point, they're playing 3 at the back. Here's Daniel, who's pushed up into midfield. De Rosario feeling the pressure from Apina. Cleared away. Oh, and a missed kick. And Nisijal is in on goal. Could have been number 3. It is. Virgil Misijan gets his first goal for his country in his 4th appearance. Ball over the top, a miscue by Van Kooten. Misijan, who already has an assist, gets it past Roberts and gives Suriname a 3-1 lead with less than 10 minutes to go. Well, Natio, as they are known in Suriname, the national team, have been clinical. They've missed an opportunity or two, but they've converted a lot more than they've missed. Suriname 3, Guyana 1, and Kelsey Benjamin has come in for Nathan Mariah Welsh, just to confirm. Guyana has one more change available to them. Not sure what they're waiting on. It's only 6.5 minutes of regular time. Out wide. Bonds. Van Kooten. Kelman. Chipping over the top. It's Ferguson, the substitute. Can he get it back? Shrugs off Van der Kust. Benjamin chipped to the last post. Well, Isaiah Jones is going to want that one back. Has had quite the debut up until then. Heads up play by Benjamin, just lofting it to the last post. Had the angle, but the technique let him down. De Rosario to Benjamin. Sijal gets it back. He's so tricky. Goes down, referee then decides to call the free kick. Well, an assist and a goal for the number 10 today. Virgil Misijan stopping, starting, and there's the 2 hands to the chest. .5 minutes gone. Suriname 3, Guyana 1. Fenty laying it back. Pina out wide. Suriname just trying to hold possession. And this one, a ricochet, De Rosario's in. And they're going to say it's off of his hand. And it'll be a free kick for Suriname. So Guyana making their last substitution. Number 15, Ryan Hackett, the 25-year-old midfielder from Defence Force. Guyana will come in for number 12, the left back, Cadel Daniel. And that'll be the last substitution for Guyana. Guyana wins a free kick. Anything will do right now for the Golden Jaguars. Just to spark some sort of comeback. Duke McKenna. To the last post. Coming in! And it's going to be a corner kick for Guyana. And young Duke McKenna will head across to take this one. Again, Duke McKenna to the last post, headed out by Apina. Misijal, the star of the show. And the one-time pass. Can Suriname get number 4? It's Haps. Montnor is there, but his pass is deflected by Ferguson. Van der Kust. Venti. Longwick. Pass intercepted by Greenwich. Kelman. Benjamin, the substitute. Chipped over the top, but a long clearance. That came from the foot of Pinas. We're into the last 60 seconds of regular time. Guyana find themselves down 3-1. Duke McKenna. Ryan Hackett trying to use his body and commits the infraction. And Suriname will try to have these last 60 seconds run out on the clock. Ball over the top. Montnor hounding Greenwich. And he wins the free kick again, the big centre-back. Hackett, Benjamin, Van der Kust, Haps, Sijal, stopping, starting again. Benjamin trying to tackle from behind. Referee says play on. Kelman, Duke McKenna, excellent skill and wins the free kick. So 4 minutes of injury time added. And Guyana have quite the hill to climb. Duke McKenna to the far side, headed out. Bonds. Ferguson can't control. Out by Pinas. Jubitana. Outside of the foot, looking for Vente. Kelman turns. Ferguson out wide. Duke McKenna turning on Van der Kust. Trying to get past White Shirts, but not going anywhere. Springing out wide to Benjamin. Sijal is going to be called for the free kick, much to his chagrin. Here's Benjamin, and he just throws his body at Benjamin, who's cutting inside. And a chance now for the Golden Jaguars. Ryan Hackett, the left footer, will have the better angle. Referee Mason will count the 10 yards. Coach Stanley Menzo only wants 2 in the wall. And Ryan Hackett will have a huge responsibility here to try and get something back. Played short. And it was Isaiah Jones going down. Guyana squander the free kick in a very good position. We're into the last 45 seconds of play, and Suriname starting to coast. Duke McKenna. De Rosario, who is ruining that chance that he missed early on. McKenna. Players down. Benjamin. Still Benjamin. And the referee is not going to blow off for an injury. And referee Mason has blown the final whistle. Suriname have come into Guyana and beat the debutants by 3-1. De Rosario had a golden opportunity, did not convert. But Van der Kust gave Suriname the early lead. Omari Glasgow got the equalizer through a penalty. Montnor and Misijan gets goal number 2 and number 3. As Suriname get all 3 points to get League A for the 2024-2025 Nations League competition started, as Guyana will have to go back to the drawing board. A brave performance from the newcomers. Did everything they could to create chances, didn't convert on numerous opportunities to maybe put the game in their favor. And this tipped the scales towards Suriname, who has too much quality up top. And they eventually took their chances. Suriname 3, Guyana 1. All smiles. So we will have interviews from a player from each team. And so too we'll have first full-time statistics and highlights.
coming away with something from the game, but we know that. We're going to have to just go and look at it and build on that, really.
Ready for a second question? Yes. All right, tell me a little bit about the lessons that you've learned from this game and what can the fans look forward to as you go forward in the League A?
Yeah, I think anyone that watched the game can see that, yeah, we can compete at this level. We're not in League A just to make the numbers, we're here to do well. But in terms of lessons, yeah, I think we just need to manage it better. Like, we know that we're players, we do this for a living, we know where we need to improve. And yeah, man to man, I think we can go away and look at it and see what we can do better. But like I said, yeah, I think at first we're just disappointed not to come away with something, but we know it was our own mistakes that cost us, really. So we need to look at that, try and improve and go into the next game.
First, Mission, congratulations with the first victory from a match in Nation League 1 A. How important is this for yourself? Because you scored one of the goals, and for Suriname.
It's a really important start. You know, we are busy with qualified for the World Championship next year, and it starts today. Start with this game, and the first half was a little bit difficult because we didn't stick to the plan. We had a defensive plan and also offensive plan. We saw that the first 50 minutes we started really well, and after it was hard for us, we get ourselves in problems. But I think in the second half we built up our game again. We stick to the plan, and we scored 2 really good goals.
Right now in the world, social media is the most important aspect. Everybody, we have leaders, followers. How important is also for you guys, because you guys have so much followers, and the positive thing by the Concacaf?
No, it's really important for us, for the team, but also for the Suriname people, you know, who join us, who are every game together with us. Also today we had a lot of fans who support us, and we want to give them a message, and I think we did well today.
How important is social media right now in the world, and for the Concacaf especially?
It's really important to show that also the Concacaf is a really good competition, and yeah, most of all, it's really important for us to win this game, and we won the game.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
There you are. Amazing. Okay. You're doing an excellent job.